What was supposed to be just another fun, harmless episode of The Chase turned into something that felt more like a soap opera, a comedy sketch, and a small riot all rolled into one. Viewers sat down expecting trivia and instead got emotional chaos, questionable decisions, heroic bravery, and one contestant who single-handedly restored everyone's sanity. It was, in short, beautiful madness. The episode began innocently enough. Bradley Walsh entered with that trademark cheeky grin that could charm even the sternest librarian, introducing Lauren, Michael, Carol, and Eddie. Their mission? Take on Mark the Beast Labbit, whose very presence makes contestants question all their life choices in under 10 seconds. But oh, they had no idea what was coming. The chaos began the moment Eddie stepped up. He nailed an impressive 8,000-pound cash builder, smooth, confident, like a man who had breakfast and coffee. The studio was feeling hopeful. Bradley was happy. Viewers were cheering. And then Eddie chose the 2,000-pound low offer. The studio gasped. Bradley blinked like someone had unplugged a mid-sentence. Viewers at home started shouting at their televisions like their voices could somehow travel through the screen and shake Eddie back to reality. Before anyone could recover, Lauren walked up next. She earned a modest 2,000 pounds, smiled sweetly, and then chose the minus 7,000-pound offer. The minus, the actual literal subtraction of money. Social media went nuclear. Phones lit up like Christmas trees. People were typing messages in all caps. Some were threatening to switch off. Others wondered if the contestants had formed a secret pact to annoy the nation. "It's getting pointless," some said. "Scrap the low offers," yelled others. One viewer even announced, "I'm off. I want real excitement. I'm going to make a sandwich. At least that has more tension." And to be fair, the frustration was understandable. Between Eddie's low offer and Lauren's minus offer, the episode felt like it was slowly dissolving into chaos. It was like watching someone buy fireworks and then set them off indoors. Entertaining? Yes. Wise? Absolutely not. But then, out of nowhere came the hero no one saw coming. Michael. Soft-spoken, calm, quick-thinking Michael, who, despite being blind, walked into that studio with more courage than the first two contestants combined. After securing a solid 5,000 pounds, he stared down Mark Labbit with the confidence of a man who had already written his victory speech in his head. And then he did it. He took the 55,000 pounds high offer. The audience roared. Bradley nearly fell over. Even Mark looked momentarily impressed, which is saying something because Mark being impressed is like spotting a unicorn wearing sunglasses. And then Michael actually did it. He outran the beast. He brought back the entire 55,000 pounds like a champion returning from battle. Viewers instantly fell in love with him. Social media turned from rage to romantic poetry. People were writing things like, "Protect this man at all costs," and "He is the moment." Suddenly, the episode felt thrilling again. It felt alive. Michael had brought back the magic. Shockingly, all four contestants, even minus offer Lauren, made it to the final chase. Together, they built 18 steps, a decent attempt, with 56,000 pounds on the line. The kind of amount that makes your heart beat a little faster, even though it isn't your money. But here's where things fell apart again. They had 4 pushback opportunities and converted exactly 0. Meanwhile, Mark remained calm, collected, almost serene, as if he were solving light puzzles on a quiet Sunday afternoon. And with just 6 seconds left, he caught them. The 56,000 vanished like it had never existed at all. Fans once again turned their attention to Lauren. Some pointed out the uncomfortable math. Minus 7,000 pounds taken, 0 answers given, 5 passes in the final. Others praised Michael for carrying the team like a one-man army. But no matter how divided the viewers were, one thing became clear. This episode reminded everyone why the chase is so addictive. It's unpredictable, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally heart-melting. It's a show where frustration turns into excitement, where unlikely heroes rise, and where one bold decision can transform everything. And thanks to Michael's courage, Friday's episode didn't just become watchable, it became unforgettable. One of the most talked about installments of the year. If you want, I can also create an outro, add more drama, make it more comedic, or tailor the style to your voiceover tone.